Twins News Time, 7:51. Time for a check of your traffic and transit on the ones. Karen Stewart, how are we looking on this post-Labor Day rush?
Well, we are looking pretty good on the Bronx River Parkway now. It's about time. The southbound Bronx River Parkway crash at Sagamore Street is gone, and we're doing much better into the area. If you're traveling elsewhere in the Bronx, we've got delays on the westbound side of the Cross Bronx Expressway into the Bronx River Parkway. And we've got southbound Bruckner delays from Castle Hill Avenue into the Sheridan Expressway. Now, over at the Hudson River, as we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels, we're looking at about 40 minutes inbound at the Holland Lincoln and the George Washington Bridge. Over at your East River crossings, the inbound Brooklyn Battery Tunnel is busy, and the trip there on the Gowanus is a little bit heavy from Fort Hamilton Parkway up into the Prospect, and then from the Prospect to Atlantic Avenue, we are really jammed. Speaking of jam, the northbound Van Wyck from the Belt Parkway over from Springfield Boulevard to the Belt and up the Belt to Atlantic Avenue is a very heavy ride. Southbound, we've got slow delays heading into Atlantic Avenue, but heavy might be too dramatic a word there. Let's see what we've got in New Jersey. Westbound 280 at exit 10 for Northfield Avenue in West Orange. We got a crash, and wouldn't you know it, it's in the center lane there. Mass Transit, we've got DNR train, L7M and 2 and 5 subway train delays with alternate side of the street in effect today citywide. We're sponsored by Upper East Side Rehabilitation and Nursing Center. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
When you need commitment, compassion, and customized care, call Margaret Teets Nursing and Rehabilitation. Offering short and long-term care, Margaret Teets Nursing and Rehabilitation is a facility unlike any other. Call 718-298-7800. That's 718-298-7800.
All right, now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Meteorologist Dean DeVore. Dean, Mother Nature having a good old time with us today, isn't she?
Yeah, and she's kind of chuckling up there, I think. You know, Scott, anytime you walk out the door and it's already 75 degrees in September, you know it's going to be a hot one. And we've got 3 more days of temperatures where we expect to get to near or past 90. And then even Friday, the 4th day, isn't all that much cooler. In upper 80s, the humidity's not going to go away. What we do here is increase the amounts of showers and thunderstorms as we get later in the week. Thursday, they start. Friday, they get numerous. And they may be numerous into the weekend, even though we're not as hot. Temperatures closer to 80. We will see some showers and thunderstorms, I think, both Saturday and Sunday. So this is our pattern here going forward. Today, the temperature right now, as I said, 75. The real feel's already 82. With this sunshine through the high clouds, we're looking at a high today of 92. Real feel highs near 100. And we'll repeat that over the next 3 days as heat advisories kick in and continue through at least Wednesday, if not Thursday. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore, New York's weather station, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
All right, thank you, Dean. Listen, the musician who sang a popular 1970s tune has passed away.
Gary Wright was a singer-songwriter known for the 1976 hit Dreamweaver.
Don't want to get a copyright strike.
George Harrison. His highest charting songs, Dreamweaver and Love is Alive, both peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart. Gary Wright suffered from Parkinson's and dementia and was 80 years old.
That's correspondent Matt Piper. 1976, when Dreamweaver peaked at number 2 on the Billboard charts. It was kept out of that number 1 spot by, you know which song? Frankie Valli's December 1963. Oh, what a night. Stop, Scott. Listen, if you've been scammed and taken for a ride this summer by a nice little scam, lots of them over the last few months, I had one just the other day. According to Visa, fake Taylor Swift tickets, student loan forgiveness, apartment rental scams, and vacation lodging scams. Those are at the top of the list, according to Visa, as it works to monitor fraud. The company's chief risk officer says a lot of it's related with consumers trusting too much and not paying attention to what they're clicking. Guilty as charged. Bloomberg Money Watch coming up next.
The Chase Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen. Like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes
Here in Paterson, New Jersey, school staff returned to work today, and I believe the kids return on Thursday.
The Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com.
We're 2 days away from our anniversary, 1 year anniversary since we started the Driving and the News playlist. And I do know this is not the most exciting, entertaining video on YouTube. I got 0 votes on a poll that I put up in terms of what's your favorite playlist, which I understand. I kind of figured it would. But it's important that we record our history, unfiltered, unedited. Whatever gets broadcast, that's what I upload.
/business rebates.
Wins News Time 7:56. Now Bloomberg Money Watch. Here's Steve Potus.
Well, Scott, it's where the money is. Bankrate is out with a ranking of the top 20 most lucrative bachelor's degrees, all of them so-called STEM, including electrical and computer engineering, pharmacy sciences, chemical engineering, and computer science. Now, Bankrate says 78% of the degree holders are men. Those majoring in the most female-dominated majors earn significantly less, including elementary education, one of the majors with the lowest pay. Meanwhile, Bankrate says a paycheck study has found that 1 in 6 retirees are considering a return to work, and more than half of them want jobs that can be done remotely. Now, on Wall Street, stocks begin a holiday-shortened week with S&P futures down about 6 points now. NASDAQ down 42. Dow futures are giving back 10 points. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Steve Potusk for 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
How much is safety and peace of mind worth to you? Severe weather can happen suddenly, and the AccuWeather app gives you more accurate and timely warnings than any other source.
Hope you guys enjoyed the videos that I uploaded this weekend. We did a featuring every street video for Patterson on Saturday, and we did a Queens, New York drive-through on Sunday. Or was that yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I think Woodland Park Drive was on Sunday. That's right. Woodland Park, New Jersey on Sunday, and Queens, New York, at least some of it on Monday. Yeah, New York boroughs are really big, so it's not possible to feature the entire borough in one drive-through.
RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you
as we try to make a left. Let's make a right here on Crooks Avenue in Patterson.
We're clearly different.
Different how?
No, I'm not going to go to that McDonald's right now. I'm trying to eat healthier.
Sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trade.
We're going to get the headlines here in a moment. We're about a minute away from the 8 o'clock top of the hour headline news.
What's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better.
We got the Brothers Produce there on the right.
Look out for your clients.
Roxy's Gentlemen's Club on the left.
Achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com.
I did a video here on West Railway. If you get a chance, when you're on YouTube, just go to Pride in Patterson, or no, go on the YouTube search and search Pride in Patterson West Railway, and you'll see this drive.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Checking 1010 Winds AccuWeather, warm and sticky, sun and clouds, hot, humid the rest of the day, high near 92. AccuWeather real feel temps reach up near 100 degrees. More people get their news from 1010 Winds than from any other radio.
Okay, it's kind of glary.
Sharon Barnes-Waters is our service aide. Walter Geis is at the editor's desk. I'm Scott Stanford.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good morning, 75 degrees. It is 8 o'clock on this Tuesday, September 5th. I'm Susan Richard, and here's what's happening. Maybe September on the calendar, but summer is still in the air. In fact, we'll have heat advisories up today. We'll go live to AccuWeather. Violence again mars a yearly celebration in Brooklyn. Our Glenn Schuck with that. Drunk driving blamed for a deadly hit and run in Amityville. Word that the North Korean and Russian leaders are planning a face-to-face in Moscow. We'll tell you what that's all about. Elon Musk now threatening to sue the Anti-Defamation League. We'll tell you why. In sports, Yanks and Mets both off Monday. The U.S. Open continues at Flushing Meadows.
Queens News Time 8:01, traffic and transit with Karen Stewart.
Westbound, Route 280 is absolutely packed in New Jersey. Westbound and into exit 10 for Northfield Avenue in West Orange. We got a crash there. It's in the center lane. That's what's doing it to us. Delays go back beyond the Garden State Parkway right now. Northern suburbs, we've got the northbound Springburg Parkway, north of Jackson Avenue in Greenburg, with a disabled over on the right shoulder and a crash on the right shoulder on the southbound Sawmill at exit 12 for Farragut Parkway. And don't forget about that sinkhole from last week. Westbound 119 of Manhattan Avenue in Greenburg, we've got the right lane blocked with that. Well, they managed to clear the Queensbound Throgs Neck disabled vehicle from one lane, which is good news as we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. No delays left from that one. There are some delays on the northbound Whitestone Expressway getting to the Bronx-bound Whitestone Bridge currently. And over the Hudson River, we're looking at numbers right now that equal around 35 to 40 minutes inbound over the Holland, Lincoln, and the George Washington Bridge. East River crossings, the inbound 59th Street Bridge, not too bad. The inbound Queens Midtown Tunnel backed up to Van Dam Street, and Brooklyn Battery is very heavy, coming off the very heavy inbound Gowanus Beach East combo from 20th Street up into Atlantic Avenue with alternates out the street in effect today citywide. We're sponsored by Cars for Kids. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes around the clock. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Cars for Kids. No more stressing over your old vehicle. Donate it today and get it picked up tomorrow. It's the easiest service out there. Donate online at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
All right, Dean, Hot Town Summer in the City is more than just old song lyrics today.
Yeah, is your neck gritty? I don't mind starting to get there already this morning. The real feels still is already up to 82. It is just awful out there. We had some clouds kind of dimming the sun, but they're thinning out. Friends, we didn't officially get to 90 yesterday, but we look to do that today. 92 is on our forecast sites. 93 tomorrow, 92 on Thursday, making the heat wave official, and we're going to knock the heat down, but not a whole lot into Friday, upper 80s. Real feels will be well into the 90s over the next several days. Dry weather today and tomorrow. Thunderstorm chances start going up Thursday, and then numerous thunderstorms Friday into the weekend ahead. Again, we'll keep the temperatures down, but not necessarily the humidity. In fact, the humidity is probably going to stay sky high like where it is right now. So heat advisories already were out yesterday for those inland Jersey suburbs. They continue. The city heat advisories kick in as we get into the 11 o'clock hour, and all the heat advisories go until about 8 p.m. tomorrow. I don't see why they're not going to be extended into Thursday before we start to break down this heat and humidity for the weekend ahead. I'll have the full details on the 4-day forecast just ahead on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Well, sadly, the last unofficial weekend of summer was a deadly one down the Jersey Shore. Rip currents were to blame. In Belmar, at least 5 people got into trouble Sunday evening shortly after lifeguards had gone off duty. A 40-year-old man didn't make it. In Beach Haven, swimmers created a human chain. That was to try and rescue a 21-year-old man who also died. In Seaside Park, 5 people rescued. A 6th person is still missing. Well, it's not the first time this has happened. Gun violence near the West Indian Day Parade.
The celebrations were still going on here in Crown Heights last night when suddenly tragedy. A barrage of gunfire at Sterling Place near Schenectady, and cops from the 77th Precinct responding and finding a 51-year-old man. He had been shot many times, in their words, and he later died at Kings County. The NYPD's Chief of Patrol, John Shell, had spoken earlier from another scene of violence that we'll tell you about. Drones involved in trying to keep the peace.
We had a large crowd on this corner. That was definitely going to be retaliation. We called out our drone technology. You can see what we were looking at density-wise, and now you can see what happened.
And what we know about that, it was 5:30 last evening when 2 people were slashed and another shot near the beginning of the parade where it started at Eastern Parkway in Utica. No arrests in that incident as of yet. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Crown Heights.
An Amityville woman is looking at DWI and other charges in a hit and run that killed a man from Copeg. That happened Sunday just before midnight when 47-year-old Santos Aguirre was crossing Route 110 near Albany Avenue. Police say he was hit not only by the car being driven by 26-year-old Danielle Lapersoneri, but also by a second vehicle that kept on going as well. That driver is yet to be caught. Anyone with information is asked to please call 800-220-1010. tips. The school bell rings on a new semester today for many kids on Long Island.
Here in South Huntington, it's the first day of school, and students will celebrate with an annual senior sunrise on the playing field to mark their final chapter in the district. And this district and a few others on Long Island will bring back free breakfast and lunches to all students. It was something that was available during the pandemic. It was stopped last school year, but it's now back in some districts thanks to state funding. South Huntington is also one of the districts that approved armed guards in case of a school shooting. That made big news last school year. The district is spending $750,000 a year on the security. And what districts do not want to spend money on? Fixing a cybersecurity problem. The number of cyber incidents doubled last year across Long Island. Jericho is one of the districts that spends tens of thousands of dollars on cyber insurance to help prevent a cyber attack. Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM at Huntington Station.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. And we'll see you on the next Driving and the News.